request, I know we're really close to time.
Yeah.
Maybe folks are able to stay just a couple of minutes. When Rebecca finished leading our little subgroup through the table topics practice, here you go. Yep. She had given us some absolutely fantastic tips going forward. And I was like, wow, I wish I was able to take notes. Would you mind giving just a really quick recap? And if you other two might want to piggyback, I'm going to record this for future
Posterity.
referring back to. So please.
Great. So after our group was done, group number 1 was done. We all. I asked everyone to look around and say, overall, what is the 20% that we could focus on that would make an 80% difference in our speeches, in the way that we're perceived? And that's something that something that Juan brought up earlier, and I think that that's a really important thing to think about is what's the 1 or 2 things that you can give that person. So overall, our group, I would talk to people about how to appear more confident than you might actually be. So these are some tricks that I use. People that aren't very confident tend to kind of not take up space. They start to kind of wander on the stage and their expression might be a little bit more limited. They tend to cross their body a lot as kind of like a defense mechanism, and they might kind of back up as they're speaking because they may be a little bit shy about what they're saying. All these things help you to lose power on the stage. Another thing is like your eye contact. People that aren't very confident sometimes look up, but mostly they kind of look down and have kind of a chin down type of look. And also like the more kind of like fillers you have, the less confident you are also, like you appear to be. Right?
It showed.
In contrast, in order to be a more confident looking speaker, you can pick a spot on the stage and you can try to take up space. So as you stand, try to distribute your body more evenly over your feet and to look up and take up more space. That will make you appear to be more confident, even if you're making your speech up off the top of your head. If you're going to wander on the stage, I personally like to move purposefully to a place and then speak from that place because it makes you look more confident. If you can look around at all the people that you're talking to, it helps to engage them and it also makes you look more confident, even more confident than if you're looking up over everybody or if you're looking down. So my tricks are to take up more space, own the space that you have, and look up confidently, and then no matter what you're saying, even if you're making it up, you'll appear to be very confident in what you're saying, and you'll probably trick your body into feeling more confident as well.
Perfect.
Any quick things that you guys told your groups that you want to record for posterity? I think he's pointing it right at you, so you can.
Who was pointing?
The camera is looking
We're
at you.
recording, so
Camera.
yeah.
I would like somebody else from our group to say if there was something that they picked up that they can take with them, put in their little tool belt.
Yeah, I think it's what resonated with me was the examples, because we tend to give several statements in our speech, but it will make it stronger if we add something, a different layer to that, like sub-layers to each point we have, and give an example to how we can apply it or how it is applicable already in the real world.
Nice. Analogies, examples, stories. Our brains latch on to that even more than you telling us, here's a list of 5 things that you should do. If you can tell a story, our brain will remember that longer, much longer.
I would say one other thing to actually leverages off what you said. In the professional paid speaking business, which is different than Toastmasters, but the professional paid speaking business, the phrase is, if you want to make money, stand still. In Toastmasters, it's, you know, that we talk about all these gestures and all these moving and all this, because that's what Toastmasters like to talk about. But now in the world, to get for paid speaking, you stand still. And you could move over if you didn't stand still. But all this moving around, if you watch paid professional speakers speak, they're not walking all over the stage. As a matter of fact, I think about a speech that was, I don't know if any of you have ever been to these speaker series things. And I remember one specific time that just jumps to my mind is Tom Brokaw, who I think you all know that name, right? Tom Brokaw was there, and he came out on the stage, and he just happened to have his glasses in his hand, or whatever. But he spoke for an hour, never moved. So I think it's just that point to remember, Toastmasters is all about this kind of thing, but outside of the real world, that's not how it gets done. So,
In my opinion, it's a lot like your verbal speaking. We try to eliminate ums and ahs because it takes away, it makes you lose power, it makes you lose focus in your speaking. And to me, if you can pick a spot on the stage and own that space, it's less distracting than if you're using a lot of extraneous sweetness.
That's true.
Yeah.
I want to piggyback on what you said, and I have read it accidentally on the internet and it stayed with me. Does anybody know what power poses?
How was it?
What?
Power poses. So before you go on a speak, it's power pose, victory when you run. And when I was earlier, I started before going to Toastmaster. My Toastmaster meet at 7:45 in the morning. So imagine me before going to my house, I'm doing this because this gives the whole ambiance changes. And so I always have that image in my mind. You know, it's because it gives you your whole neurons and all that changes, number one. Number two, what you have said earlier regarding Toastmasters and professional speaking, I agree with what you say, but there's one slight difference. If you realize the booklets in Toastmasters, advanced ones, there are 15 different booklets. One is humorous, one is storytelling, one is public speaking, one is negotiating. So each one requires different presence on the stage. So part of the training is to have this different presence. I mean, you wouldn't like just a comedian who does a humor who will stay in one spot. But probably the serious speeches that you have in the ringling, definitely you want confidence, you want focus. So I think these are the nuances probably. And the Toastmasters, you want to train someone with all these different, like I did toasts, for example. One was praise, one was giving a gift, one was praise for my father. So that requires different.
Yeah, and each pathway's path could have something different as well.
Right.
All right, Juan, any parting gifts from your group that you want to share with the group as a whole?
Well, we talked about the whole artful dodge thing. You know, I think we tend to abuse it.
Yeah, to dodge or not to dodge?
Artful is
That is the question.
Yeah, I don't like the artful dodge. You know,
Explain that for some people who may
the
not
artful
have
dodge is
access.
like somebody gives you a topic and you don't know what to talk about, so you just talk about something else in an artful way. And I think that has a time and place, especially as you're like a beginner and you're getting used to like improvising. That's okay, so you can get comfortable with just like the feeling of speaking impromptu, right? Improvising it. But I think over time, just answer the question. Like take a few seconds, think about it, and answer the question. Like if we're having a conversation and I ask you about, you know, what's your biggest fear or something, like just a general question, you're not gonna be like, well actually what I had for toast, what I had for breakfast. No, like when we're conversing, like you think of something to say. If it's like a random topic, you're like, let me think about it, I don't know. Oh, but actually it's like you come up with something to say. It's the same thing when you're speaking impromptu. It's like, just take a few seconds, take a few moments, and talk about it. Yeah, I don't like the artful dodge. I think as a club, we should have like a rule. It's like, you know, you have one artful dodge and that's it.
We actually have a club now, because that was started to, kind of like a cancer, people started to go do that with the artful dodge. And you gave a great example. When someone asks you a question, you can't start talking about your dog. I mean,
So what's your club do? You can only do it once.
we don't do it at all. Well, I mean, this isn't like a stop here, but I'm just like, the rule in the club is if you get the person, and the other thing that's important, it's a two-way street, because the person that's asking the table topics question, this should not be a gotcha kind of thing. You should ask a question that someone could realistically answer.
Exactly.
And if they do that because they're doing the right thing, then a person should be able to answer the question. And it doesn't help anybody, even a new speaker, it does not help them to to do the Artful Dodge. You're not helping them do that.
I'm gonna do some research on the art of the Artful Dodge and bring it to our club, because I think that, I spoke about this a week or two ago to our club, and I think that there is an art to the Artful Dodge, and I think that it's not artful to say, whatever your example was, you know,
Just abruptly changing the
to
subject.
abruptly change. I don't think that's artful. That's my thought. So I'm gonna research and
You
bring
said
to
it
our
best, you
club.
said that you should not realize that the person
Yeah.
It's
didn't answer the
artful
question.
if
like,
you
feel
dodge
like they
it.
answered it, yeah.
If you dodge it and the other person doesn't even realize that you dodged your question,
Good.
that's an artful dodge. Last thing, and then we're gonna wrap it up, and then we can keep talking after,
Okay,
yes.
At least in my mind,
Mhm.
the whole purpose of table topics is impromptu.
Mhm,
Answer the question,
mhm.
period.
Yeah.
Nice. That's something that we can hold ourselves to.
Even the question is answerable. So the
Yes.
person who asks.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's impromptu, right?
That's the point.
How else are you going to learn?
It's like real life.
Yeah, you have to answer. All right, before you leave, we have some evaluation sheets to pass out on evaluating the evaluation workshop.